Hey, everybody. Before we start the show...
the shirt monster's here.
Oh, God. It's the shirt guy. It's the shirt guy.
How do we stop the shirt monster?
I know.
You feed it money?
Yeah, in a
We
way.
don't have any. Fuck.
In a way, I'll tell you what you can do to stop the shirt monster. Go to bossbattles.gg/tadpog and buy one of our new limited edition.
Well, then we can feed the shirt monster the
T-shirts.
money for the campaign.
Yeah.
Every purchase steals a part of its soul.
We only need so many, and it'll be
Sucking my
vanquished.
dick, shirt monster.
I don't know why Rob made this.
Oh, God.
Rob, why'd you make the shirt monster?
He's reaching around. Oh, God. Oh, man. Please help us. Save us from the shirt monster and go to Patreon. Oh, God.
Boss battle.
Boss battles. He's got me all
It's
flustered.
dealing psychic damage.
I can't think. Losing consciousness. Bossbattles.gg/tadpog. If you want 10% off your t-shirt, go to patreon.com/tadpog or pisstasters.com. Get a 10% off code. And by the way, if you buy a t-shirt, all of our nice t-shirt buyers will be entered to win a $100 gift card courtesy of Boss Battles.
Don't mention $100. I just got the shirt monster to go to sleep. If he hears about that, it's gonna wake him up.
Okay. So very quietly.
Came so much and fell asleep.
God, I defeated the shirt monster. But
I had to
With
Peter
Tom.
North it to sleep.
We don't
oh,
want
that's a verb. That's my favorite verb.
Peter
English
North it.
language.
Peter North.
Yeah.
I don't want to do these spots anymore.
Well, we're done with
We'll
them
just
pretty
use
much.
this one
right?
100 times. It's fine.
The promotion's almost over. Buy a shirt. Buy a fucking shirt.
You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
I hope Ethan gets his blowjob.
I don't.
You don't?
Fuck him. Do his own damn shopping. Stop
I don't have to buy my own domestic goods.
Yeah, stop drawing swastikas.
That's true. That's a good point. Maybe he needs to back off of that before he deserves blowjobs.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another Return of the Games
Games.
episode of the TADPOG podcast. That's Tyler and Dave and Ian play old games. This week, I know after just hundreds and hundreds of requests, we're finally covering Super Play Action Football.
I was starting to get worried that we wouldn't get to
That
it.
we never get to it.
Yeah.
Same. Girl, same.
But before we just dive into the deep Mariana Trench of that game, what you guys been up to?
What haven't
It's
we been up to?
brandish.
What haven't we been up
Brandish. Man, that seems
to?
like...
Seems like 2 weeks ago.
Does it? To me, it feels like that was like 5 years
It
ago.
does. It feels like a long... We've been through a lot since Brandish.
We have. We've grown a lot as people.
What haven't we been up to? I got all kinds of stuff on my list.
Yeah, how's Attack on Titan and Naruto and
Haven't made any more progress on Naruto because I just keep getting distracted going down other rabbit holes. Attack on Titan, I'm almost finished with. I'm in the final season. It's really good. I put it up there with one of my faves. I'm not going to...
how does it compare to Full Metal?
It's...
Because I remember you
It's
glowing
a
about
little-
Full Metal,
it's
so I'm
a-
going to assume that's way up there.
It is. It is way up there. But it's different. It's a little bit... I don't know. I'd put it on par with Full Metal for me.
Okay.
Now, but I also like My Hero Academia, right? So, and that's a completely different thing as well. But I really like the show. I think it's super interesting. It's got a really neat twist to it. All together, I've just really enjoyed it. And one of the cool things too is the characters some of the characters in the show, they're known as scouts, and they zoom around on what's called ODM gear. I don't know if y'all it's called, and it's
Levi like a motherfucker. Yeah.
right. Okay. It's what is it? It's like I can't remember what ODM stands for now. It's like omnidirectional movement or something like that.
Have you seen Sensei Ledoux on TikTok?
I have not.
He's the guy who does like the most perfect neck beard you've ever had. He's married to his body pillow, Mikasa. And his best friend is Levi, the other body pillow.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Levi from Attack on Titan. Okay. Well, that's ODM gear is one of my favorite parts of this show because they zip around between buildings and trees and things like this.
It sounds, when you say it fast, it sounds like an element that's made out of Odie from Garfield.
ODM gear.
How can we obtain all the odium?
It's pure odium.
Right, yeah.
Pure odium.
It's so slippery. It's pure odium.
Who pushed this odium off the table?
It'll go right through the floor. We can't contain the power of all this odium.
Too much.
It's encased in Garfieldium. So you can hold it. And that has to be encased in Normalium.
Damn, you beat
You
me
fool,
to
don't
it.
open the Pookieite. You'll kill us all. I love this laboratory.
Arlene's teeth.
The Jim Davis Research Foundation.
Closed on Mondays.
Like I have that periodic table of fictional elements, I'll make a periodic table of Garfieldian elements.
Garfieldian elements, nice. The Garfieldian Empire.
Don't forget lasagnium.
Lasagnium, of course.
Anyway, they use this. Their ODM gear
Now I've ruined it. Sorry.
has like these.
You'll never say it.
It's this gas-powered device that they wear around their waist, and these spears with cables attached to them shoot out, and pull them forward. And
they show it in that Fortnite trailer, and Henry's like, "I bet you can't really do that." And I was like, "I bet you can."
you can.
How is that fair?
It's awesome. Well, first of all, in what I was gonna say before you spoiled it, Dave, was that Fortnite now has
can't shame
ODM
me.
gear.
I don't care.
Because I
talked
was
about it last
thinking
time.
that they wouldn't have it in the game either,
Right.
like as a thing you could use. But they do. It just came out Tuesday, and you can use it in the game and swing over. It works a lot the same as like the sword, where you can hold down the left trigger and shoot.
Is it an item that you pick up?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like included in the skin.
no.
Because like in the
Everybody's
trailer,
not a
that's
skin thing. No,
I got you.
anyone
Because
can
they're
pick it
showing
up.
these skins off, and they're showing them use the odium.
Right.
And
So-
I got you.
So in
I see.
Fortnite, you can get Eren Yeager, the main character, Levi Ackerman, and Mikasa. Three of the main characters of the game. And yeah, in the trailer, it shows them doing their thing, but anyone can find and use ODM gear.
Gotcha. So
as a weapon.
it's like
or
the
as a means of
Kamehameha,
transport.
and it's like
Pretty much, yeah.
it's like an item that drops, and you can,
Yeah.
or is it like less
It's-
rare than that?
It's
stuff?
a little. I think it's a legendary,
Okay.
but it's
pretty
in
rare,
treasure
but not-
chests.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to like get it from a loot like a crate or a loot drop or something. It's
Yeah.
not that rare.
Okay.
Which I mean, I wouldn't exactly say like when they were dropping the Deku Smash, that
Those-
wasn't rare.
If you wanted one, you could get one.
easily get one.
Like what, 4 balloons or something would drop each match? Or-
Something like that. Yeah, it was not hard to come across. These I've only played it a couple of times. I've either gotten ODM gear off of a person that I've killed, and I found one once. But it's really just cool to be able to sort of role play that using that gear.
Yeah.
To just travel through, and like the skin, the Titans in Attack on Titan are like these giants, and the way they walk around, they're kind of like, real weird looking, and they're always grinning real big and everything.
They're deadites.
Yeah, pretty much. They have emotes in Fortnite that mimic those
fun.
Titan walks.
Definitely going to buy some of those.
And they're goofy as hell and they're really fun. But probably I was really pumped about the My Hero Academia skins in the game, and
They look great.
Still love them a lot. But the Attack on Titan is more of a promotion to me, where they've got, it makes you feel more like you're in the series, because even some of the areas look like some of the places in Attack on Titan and stuff. So yeah, I've really been. It was kind of the perfect time for me to watch Attack on Titan and then have it show up in Fortnite.
Yeah, really.
Because I just started both of those things, and then I'm really into it. So yeah, it's really, really cool.
I'm really glad to hear that you can actually use them.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Because we just assumed that it was just for
For
making the
show.
trailer look good. I can't believe Henry and I haven't played Fortnite in the last 2 days.
Yeah. Well,
He said
sometimes you just
soccer.
got other stuff to do. Let's see what else.
Anything in that horror hole?
Not really. I've been doing some watching of some stuff at the request. So I told you guys I watched that show Poker Face.
Poker Face.
And the Natasha Lyonne is the girl that's in that, the woman that's in that show.
Is that Fred Armisen's wife? Are they married?
Ooh, I don't know.
Fred Armisen was married to Mad Men and Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, well, that's not her.
I think maybe
No, that's
it's not.
But
her.
you're right.
No, she was married to her, but I feel like maybe he dated her for a long time.
Yeah, I think they were together at some
Yeah.
point. I don't know if they still are.
He admits he's a terrible husband. So
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
heard
know.
him say that. Yeah, I can't remember what interview I've heard him say that. Maybe on Conan.
They broke up.
Oh,
So you're
yeah,
saying there's
over
a
a
chance.
pool.
Over a
That's what I
swimming
saw.
pool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Over a swimming pool? No, I haven't seen that.
She wanted to get one during the pandemic, and he was like, "Nope, deal breaker."
Yeah,
That's funny.
they were together for 8 years
And broke up
and
over
broke
a pool?
up because he wanted to install a pool during COVID.
Oh, he wanted it.
Other way around.
Or no.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, she did. Okay, my bad. I was reading. Sorry. Yeah, she wanted a pool and he wasn't having it. So that's weird.
Is this what happened to their relationship, or are you reading a synopsis of a Dharma and Greg episode?
A little from column A, a little from column B, maybe. I don't know.
Dharma, get off that table. Get up here with me, Greg. John Turley's favorite show.
Dharma and Greg?
That
Can't
guy
get enough.
went to be in the show Criminal Minds as one of the lead. He was like this.
He's really good.
He's really good in it, but he's like a completely
Greg?
Yeah, Greg. But he's like a completely different. I mean, different, but not so different. I mean, he's still kind of got a bug up his butt all the time, kind of stuck up a little bit, but he's just a lot more serious,
Do you know what Dharma went on to do?
I feel like I
No.
do, but I can't remember.
Joined Scientology and told Leah Remini that she felt like her purpose in life was to serve Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Huh. Well,
Man,
anyway.
that Tom Cruise guy working it from a lot of angles.
It really is.
I wonder if he appreciated it.
At the request of some of the listeners on the Discord, I was told to watch another show with her in it called Russian Doll on Netflix. I did. It's very good.
Okay.
Season 1, I think, is, and this is kind of popular opinion, is better than season 2.
Was this pre-pool or post-pool?
Probably post.
Post-pool,
Maybe
okay.
post-pool. I don't know. I didn't look at the date.
Chlorine
Pee pee or pee pee.
And then been watching Yellow Jackets.
I've seen some promotion stuff for that.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
It's a good show. It's about a group of soccer players who get plane crashed. They wreck.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Melissa really likes it too.
And they come back. It follows their lives after they're rescued, and then it flashes back to tell the story of kind of the stuff that went on when they were stranded in the wilderness.
They eat each other.
When they were stranded in the wilderness. That's what I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But it's a great show. It's got a great cast.
Cool.
Get in there and watch that one if you want. That's about it, I guess.
I saw that Super Mario Brothers movie.
I thought you might.
It was good. I liked it.
I've heard good things.
I saw it like with the right crowd. Henry and I went to Saturday, like 11:30 matinee, and like that was easily the best because like these kids were like super excited, and that was neat. You know what I mean? Because it's like Henry likes video games, but like he's never played a Mario game before, so it was just interesting to see that so many kids were excited to see this, which is good because it's a children's movie. Like for sure, it's a kid's movie, but it was still like, you know, it was nice. There was a kid behind me. I had to struggle to like not be an asshole to this kid behind me because like the whole movie he's like Encyclopedia Brown, just bah, 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 that's this from this game, that's from that game, that's from this game, that's from the game. And so I'm hearing it the whole time, which is like on one hand it's really cute.
Right.
On the other hand, it's like, all right, this is like the 20th one. And then we get to like a scene, spoilers for this. It's a joke. Light spoilers for the Super Mario Brothers movie. There's a scene where Mario plays the NES. And the game that he's playing is Kid Icarus. And the kid behind me could not, and it was bugging the shit out of him, could not for the life of him name the game. And it was a moment where it was like, should I turn around and be like, it's Kid Icarus? But no, I didn't. Because
Did you turn and been like, you don't know that?
Oh my God.
Idiot. I know what it is.
Dwight Schrute.
Yeah. Sounds like you should shut the fuck up
Wrong.
since you don't know shit about shit.
Wrong. What do you even do? How old are you? Are you even 9 years old?
Do you even have a holographic Charizard card?
Man, if I had one of those,
Yeah.
I'd still be sitting here recording this, but I'd be in a very different mindset. I'd be living that Tom Cruise mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jenna Elfman's going to serve me.
Yeah, it was good. I would recommend it. It's like on par with like the Sonic movies that have come out, like Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
If that's like your jam, that's kind of what you're going to get. I think that I was disappointed that there wasn't as much like Seth Rogen as I would have liked, but that's okay, I guess. It's fine. Jack Black's awesome.
I figured he'd be the best part of that.
Yeah, he's great.
And then, I mean, that his song is going to get nominated for
It better.
a Grammy or whatever. I mean, period. So,
It better. Chris Pratt, EGOT.
yeah. How was?
It's fine. Passable.
Yeah.
I don't understand where it's like,
Fine.
it's fine. I feel like it could have been anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
I can see where Charles Martinet would have gotten annoying after.
oh God, I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah.
And I like him just fine. I think he
Yeah.
does a great job, but I mean, it's like, I don't want to listen to that for 2 hours. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I thought Charlie Day was fine. And I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like, it's fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of it felt like it could have been anybody doing like a lot of this, with the exception of like Jack Black. I feel like he really added something to Bowser. I don't feel like Chris Pratt really added anything to Mario. It was just like, okay.
Yeah.
There's probably there's no precedent other than Martinet, right? The few little phrases we've heard.
Captain Lou Albano, I mean, he's dead, so you
Yeah.
can't do it anyway.
Yeah, that's
Don't
true.
do drugs, kids, because you die before you go to hell.
The guy that played him in the movie.
And then
the one from Roger Rabbit. and
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, couldn't
Bob.
do it either.
Bob
Hoskins.
Hoskins,
yeah, he could do it.
Now Leguizamo could have been Luigi.
Yo, Leguizamo.
I heard he's boycotting it and
Is he really?
protesting because there's not
Like as a joke, right?
No, there's not enough Latino representation in it.
Oh. I mean, I don't. I mean,
I just saw that on a Snapchat story while I was taking a shit.
it
So
seems
I
like
don't
a.
know.
It seems like a. I don't know. Like, why did it have to be? Did he choose the Mario movie because he was in the original Mario Brothers movie? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
pick a different.
There are plenty
Like-
of movies that don't have
Like, I get
sufficient Latino representation. And
Sure.
yeah, I don't know why you picked that one specifically.
Yeah.
But
Other than the fact that you were in a
the
really
first
bad one.
Right, the worst one.
And
I mean, Boshi's not in it yet. If Boshi was in it, then yeah, Leguizamo should voice Boshi.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of a bad guy though.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I want James Spader to
Oh,
voice
God.
Boshi.
Man. Yeah, okay.
He's Latino, right?
Pretty cool. Yeah, I think so.
Spader?
Spader.
That's right. Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with the sentiment, but like, I do think that it's.
I'm the fucking Lizard King.
Yes. Yes. God, yes. You saying that reminded me, Ian, when you said that you would watch through The Office, I don't think we asked you for like your like favorite moments from the show. I was thinking about that earlier today.
We could draft that.
Oh, draft
Yeah.
Office moments.
Office
Yes.
I can try if I can remember anything.
Yeah, I
about
won't
it.
be able to do a good job, but that's fine. That's part of the fun of it. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers movie, good movie. I saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves.
Curious about that.
Better than the Mario movie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I mean, it's critically praised.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I saw.
McElroy was talking about that when I was listening this morning. Like
Yeah.
how it's gotten like really like good critical reviews.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like they do a really good job of bringing the spirit of like playing the game to the screen without it being meta. You know what I mean? It's not like they're cutting to like people around a table, but they're capturing the spirit of like some of the goofiness that happens. You know, like there's
I saw the Ask the Dead questions. And,
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, there's some great. It's that stuff. There's stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I could definitely see like a group. Like this is how it would play out if this were a campaign. But I thought it was a cool idea. It's essentially like a heist movie that's just done in a D&D setting.
Okay.
Chris Pine's I thought really good. Yeah, it's good. I would recommend it. I think it's better than the Mario movie. Henry went to see that one too. I was a little worried because like it was PG-13. There are some scenes where it's like, he's never seen a beheading before, but I guess it's the first time for everything in a young boy's life. So yeah,
With all the protests in France, it's coming, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be like,
You'll see the guillotine.
yeah, he's gonna be a regular Robespierre for sure. Yeah, I'd recommend it. I thought it was good. I played the Diablo 4 open beta. I wasn't gonna, and then I did, and man, it hurt when it was over. I liked it a lot. I liked it way more than I thought I was gonna. But it's also maybe because I haven't played Diablo 3 in like maybe a decade, you know, where it's like,
Since you stayed with me for a week.
yeah, I did play it a little bit after that, but like it not to like the full extent that we did. I loved it. Yeah, I can't wait for it to release for reals. Played a sorcerer to level 25, and that's all I had time to do. That was the max. And instead of jumping around and trying different characters, just decided to do what I knew I liked.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause I heard the balance wasn't great. Like sorcerer and necromancer, like that's all you need to play. Don't even look at anything else. It all sucks
really?
in comparison. Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I haven't been following it. I haven't been following like the press about it, and I didn't try any other classes. Funny enough, the other class I wanted to try was necromancer. I never played one of those.
Neither do I.
I don't think I have, and if I have, it wasn't like seriously. Not that I played anything seriously, but Rogue looks cool too, and Druid's in there, and it was like, man, I want to play a Druid, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't like how the character models looked. They were all like big blocks. They all looked like Kingpin build, and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna play the guy who looks like the Weeknd.
Oh, my druid's thick.
Yeah, they were thick.
I saw that's the most unpopular class in 5e D&D.
Is
Across
Druid?
a huge survey of players, the least played class is Druid.
I don't like it.
The least played combination is an ASMR Ranger.
Okay, I don't like Ranger either.
Yeah.
so
either.
they did a rehaul of Ranger, I think, from like the first publishing of Ranger. They like redid the entire class. I can't remember what book they published it in, but supposedly it's better than it was. But yeah, Druids, I don't know. Druids always been a class where it's like, I really want to like it. And like Wild Shape's really cool. Like that's like a cool idea, but like, I don't know. I just have like a Cloak of the Bat, right?
Yeah.
And get my beast shape fixed that way, you know? So I don't know. It's just not for me. And then I installed Emu Deck finally on the Steam Deck because I was like, I took 2 days off from work, so I had like a 4-day weekend, and it was like, man, it'd be nice to like, I got Super Play Action Football coming up. It'd be nice to like play that in bed instead of like on a TV, just because I don't feel like it's going to require like quick inputs or anything like that. So I set it up, and I started playing some games that I hadn't played in a while, just because part of Emu Deck, they've got retro achievements like tied in with that. And I'm like a sucker for that stuff. I know like big criticism on those is like some of the sets aren't like written well, and like they can pop. Like there are several like retro achievements that I've unlocked by like just watching the demo, the attract mode before the game, and the game just recognizes it. It doesn't know you're not playing it. Mm-hmm. It's like the thing that triggers it just triggers it, and it's like, congratulations, you got this achievement. But I still think it's a cool concept. I wish there was a way to like integrate that, like the retro achievements concept with like, and I realize this is totally niche and like not many people want this, so it's probably not worth anybody doing, but like in order to like implement that like somehow on original hardware, like have some kind of like, even like if it's like a middleman or something that like reads inputs or something, I think that would be neat. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was, I mean, it's nice. The Emu Deck's nice. Game Boy emulation, not so good, which is a bummer, but because it's one of those where it's like, well, I do wish that the portable system emulated well on my portable system, but okay.
Think it would.
But yeah, other than that, pretty good. And then the only other thing I've got is I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 and been leveling Black Mage. That's been a lot of fun. I'm playing on Famfrit. If anybody out there wants to play, I'll probably not be playing anymore by the time you hear this episode, because that's just how I am with Final Fantasy 14. Mm-hmm. I get my fix for a couple of weeks, and then I'm like, man, this is demanding.
Yeah.
And then like I'm already thinking like when Diablo 4 comes out, it's like, am I going to want to like log into Final Fantasy 14 every day? No, I'm going to want to play Diablo 4. And then like what's going to happen is I'll play that for enough time that by the time I'm done with that, like the Final Fantasy 14 will be like flushed out of my system, you know?
Yeah.
And then I might even just forget about it and then like pick something else. It's always what happens with MMOs for me now. It's not like when I was 20 or in my 20s, and it was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna play WoW for like, I have to be at work for 12 more hours. Yeah.
Maxwell Silver hammer in your fucking arm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about vices earlier. I mean, if that's, I mean, I'm not gonna say like that's completely harmless, but I mean, that's probably better than doing heroin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just ask, I mean, I don't know, ask any heroin addict.
Right? Hey, what do you think's worse? Hey, wake up.
I don't know, man. Heroin's pretty fucking great.
Oh, okay. Well, $15 a month or
no, man. It's way more fucking expensive than that.
I would say I have no idea how much
I wish I had
heroin
$15
costs.
a month.
It's free as long as you're willing to suck enough dicks.
Oh.
Yeah, all right.
I guess
I did that for fun. May as well have a side benefit.
I guess World of Warcraft is as well. Yeah. Never seen anyone suck any dick for World of Warcraft.
Doesn't mean it's not happening.
I know somebody
It's
who would have. We don't name him on this podcast.
That might not be connected to actually paying the service, though.
He just want to say, no. I really want to play WoW.
Yeah, it's just for the WoW. I did it for the keks.
Who also claimed he tried heroin just to make sure he knew he could beat it. He did. Couldn't quit smoking, though.
Is it? I mean, presumably, if you're like, I'm not saying that everybody could do that, but I do feel like that's. I don't know anything about heroin, so like I want to preface it with that. But like, isn't it like? Wouldn't it be harder?
It's not Tad heroin. So
right? I think the response to him saying that would have been, "Oh, well, it's a lot harder to beat once you've become addicted to it over a long period of time, as opposed to like, I did it."
Well, my response was, "Cool."
Yeah, you're full of shit. You can't afford a hot dog.
It's like you read 50 books that those 3 days you were in jail that one time.
I can't afford a hot dog because of heroin. Thank you.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
I finished a new book this last week that I loved. I was telling you a little bit about it before.
Yeah, the color book.
The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. Got an Audible, did a random, just like I haven't read a good fantasy fiction in a minute. Not since like maybe the last Dresden Files or the last Sanderson book. Like it's been a while. So I picked that up, loved it, felt like I was reading like one of my favorite authors again. Very cool color-based magic system. The whole world is based on, the people who can't do color magic at all, or some people can only do one color or two colors or multicolors, and that's kind of how many colors you can do and what useful colors you can have kind of determines your place in society. And I highly recommend it to anybody who likes Brandon Sanderson or Jim Butcher or anybody like it. Felt perfectly in that, scratch that itch 100%.
Jim Butcher's from Brady
Jim
Bunch?
Davis's brother, but he's a butcher.
He's a butcher. I draw Garfield comics. I cut up lambs.
And also write books.
And for some reason, our family name is Jim.
Jim. Yeah. Well, it's a Japanese family. I don't know if you knew that or not. Jim's the family name.
We want to do a draft?
Yes.
Because other than that, I've just been going to work and shit. So I don't have anything else
Works.
to talk about.
It's a thing you got to do.
Anna had all campus sing yesterday. Her sorority got second place.
Your
Hey.
sorority
For the
did?
second year, Anna's sorority. For the second year in a
Like,
row.
are you going back to school?
Yeah, join a sorority. I'm
Got my master's.
I'm
Joined
Drew-
a sorority.
Me and a buddy,
I'm Drew burying it. I'm just going back. Join a sorority, just do it differently.
me and a buddy, we dress up as women to get a cheap rate at a boarding house.
Wait, I think I've seen this.
How many people like bosom buddies out there?
Who doesn't? I've never seen it, but it sounds like it would be a fun comedy.
It is a great show.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's just a little before my time.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think it ever ran on Nick at Night. Like that's
No,
like,
that one's wouldn't be appropriate for Nick at Night.
that's like my thing where it's like, if it's an older show, if it's before my time, I only know it through like Nick
Yep.
at Night.
I
Unless
don't
it's
know,
Gilligan's
though.
Island.
I don't know though. It was
That was still going when we were little.
Was it?
Yeah.
Man.
it was safe. It was a safe show. It wasn't bad. Like it wasn't like vulgar or anything.
I mean, Tom
So
Hanks is in there.
Yeah.
So like, it couldn't be that bad.
It
right?
could make it to Nick at Night maybe eventually. I don't know
Yeah.
what the demand would be, but I recommend that show. I love it. Especially the
I was
theme
wrong. It
song.
was not still going when we were little.
Yeah, I think, there were color episodes of it, but like, I
that
would have
show
assumed
went
the
off in the 70s.
70s. I would have guessed late 60s.
64.
Oh,
Damn.
64 to
64.
67.
Mid 60s.
Only 3 seasons.
What?
Yeah, that's-
Wow.
Yeah.
How long were how long were the seasons? Like 125 episodes, right?
Like Power Rangers.
Have you seen the Super Sentai Gilligan's Island? I'm powered up, little buddy.
Skipper Summer.
It's my favorite
Skipper
crossover.
Dino.
Skipper.
All right. Gilligan's Island's got a video game. I don't think for the SNES, unfortunately, but we could check it out on the NES sometime if we wanted to.
Why are you in the men's bathroom, Marianne Chen? All right, draft. So we just talked about office bits.
Yeah.
I wrote down some other ideas.
Okay.
Just dinners,
Dinners. Okay.
breakfasts,
Okay.
Marvel heroes, Marvel villains, Mario games,
Okay.
90s cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
Game of Thrones characters, Lord of the Rings characters, presidents, X-Men.
What if we do Presidents and X-Men?
Okay.
And just combine the two together. I'm fine with whatever. I like
Or office bits.
I'm not going to weigh in. I'm going to let y'all pick.
Okay. I like Office Bits because I'm not sure that I can name 5 of them, and I've seen a lot of the episodes of The Office.
I've seen them all,
So-
and I don't think I can.
So I think it might be fun to struggle.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
I mean, people do seem to enjoy that. If we ever get feedback on anything, it's typically when we're struggling.
I haven't heard anything. I've only heard good things about the last episode of Scott Pilgrim. Nothing about the band name struggle yet.
The band name struggle? Oh, right. Right. Yeah, that. Well, that's because Truncate Silence probably helped us out a bunch.
God.
Yeah, cut a full.
That was
hour
a
and half
great,
out.
that was a fun game. That was fun.
Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed going through and taking out all my dings and replacing them with the ching noise from actually getting a correct answer.
God.
All right, the Office Bits draft. All right. Dave is 1 to 2. Ian is 3 to 4. I'm 5 and 6. And whoever gets on, then we'll just go clockwise. How's that sound? 6.
666.
I'll go first. Me, Dave, Ian. I'm going to have to go with the one that I just watched a TikTok about last night that told me something surprising, which is Kevin and his pot of chili.
Damn it. That's why I was thinking about Ian, is because I warmed up some chili today and I was carrying it to the office to play some Final Fantasy XIV on my lunch break. And I was like, you know what? Every time I'm carrying an open container of chili, I think about The Office. And then I was like, I wonder if Ian does as well. And that's when it dawned on me. I was like, I don't think we asked Ian like what his favorite moments of the show were. So it all comes back full circle.
But Mindy Kaling hated that bit and had threatened to quit if Greg Daniels went through and did it.
Why?
She absolutely hated it and said, if you do that, if you air this, I'm done with this show.
It's
I will
it's
quit.
fantastic physical comedy.
Of course she didn't do anything and they aired it. So
Yeah, of course not.
yeah. But because I watched a TikTok about it, because she talks about it in her book how about what that she had said that and that she hated it, and all the comments were like, "Well, the paragon of comedy that is Velma, so of course, Mindy Kaling knows what she's talking
I
about."
felt that like might be why that popped up.
Yeah.
It's just because of all the hate for Velma, which I haven't seen, and I'm not gonna, I guess,
neither am
because I mean, I don't like shows that I want to watch. You know what I mean?
I watched it.
Yeah. I remember you talking
you did
about
not talk
it.
positively
Right.
about it either.
It's fine. I liked Mindy Kaling a lot
Yeah.
I like the Mindy Project.
until Velma. I'm kind of over her because of that show.
Yeah.
I liked it. Okay. I thought that it was a little bit too extra.
It was
I
all
just-
over the place. Like you said, it couldn't even
Yeah.
get its message straight.
It was fine. I wouldn't recommend it. If they do a season 2, I'll probably watch it just for shits and giggles, but I'm not. I feel like I had a lot different opinion of Mindy Kaling before I started watching Velma, and it's a shame, really, because I feel like it was too. I just don't think they give the audience enough credit in that show. I'm not going to go off on a tangent. Who's next?
I'm next. I'm gonna scoop up Scott's Tots before it gets taken. Fucking love Scott's Tots. It's like it's peak. It's peak.
Yep.
It's peak. For me, it was its peak. Yeah. Gonna make your dreams come true. Is it fair to like list like a whole like that's a whole episode?
Yeah, that's yeah.
But that's an episode that's like
I think cold opens, A plots or B plots. Totally
okay.
fine.
Okay. Going with Scott's Tots. Final answer.
I had to look a couple things up because I'm not good with names and stuff. At some point in the show, Robert California is talking to Jim and says, "Would you like a nature metaphor or a sex metaphor?" And Jim says, "Sex metaphor or a nature metaphor, please." Okay, two animals are having sex. I love that one. So that's my first one.
That's good.
See, I think my next one is going to be the Asian Gym cold open.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
That is really good.
Because I still will always see that. Like, shit, I didn't know John Krasinski was in Loki. Whenever, like the Asian actor Randall Park was in the end of
Right.
Yeah.
He was an Ant-Man. He was an Ant-Man first. But
okay.
He's the same character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works for S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever. Yeah.
I have to go with, and I had to look this up because I don't have it memorized. I have to go with Creed's blog.
God, yes. Fuck.
Creed Thoughts, which is www.creedthoughts.gov.www/Creed Thoughts.
Typed into a Word document.
I love Creed, man. I mean, like they use Creed like the perfect amount. Like, you know what? Like he could easily be overused to the point where it's like, come on. But yeah, man, it's like just he's the perfect spice.
What they do right with Creed, in one of the many things they do right with Creed is that, as in the show, as in like the life of the show, the universe of the show, you could go for half a season and he not be in it, and you wouldn't notice that he wasn't in it until they point out the fact that he wasn't in it. That's brilliant writing.
Yeah.
Because they do that shit on purpose. Because that's how Creed is. You know, that dude just sort of, you wonder what the fuck is that guy's deal? What's his purpose? You know, they don't. Yeah. He's there. He gets paid to do what he does.
There's so many good Creed moments, and it's like I want to talk about them, but I might want to draft them.
It'd be enough. It'd be just enough for a good draft. Yeah. My second one would be the dinner party.
Oh, yeah, I had that written down. Yeah. Yep.
God, the tiny plasma TV mounted to the wall, the arm on
snip,
the wall.
Snip, snap.
Yeah,
that whole episode was.
They study it as the perfect screenwriting episode.
Yeah,
it's really good, and even like the stuff with like Dwight and how they work Dwight in and like use it as a way to like emphasize his character, and yeah, that's a great episode.
It is, and it's so awkward and uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And even though I'm typically not by the hand, God, Jan is the cringiest, greatest character.
I love Jan. Like, I don't think I'd like her in real life.
No,
but like as a character,
she cannot.
She is
oh
great.
My God, she can do no wrong. She cannot get out of her own way.
Right.
And when she starts singing, I get it's just the cringiest, worst, best thing ever. And like, I have mentioned on the show before that I'm not generally into the Schadenfreude or whatever they call it, where you enjoy seeing other people be embarrassed. But there are some moments in that show that I fucking cannot help but just laugh at how ridiculously embarrassed it makes me to watch. And Jan is usually at the forefront of that.
I do feel like the show for me was the best when Jan was a regular character.
I agree. And the fact that she couldn't help herself around Michael, the fact that
It's
she
hilarious.
it is. And she wouldn't allow herself to let that be true,
Right.
but she couldn't help herself at the same time.
It's hilarious and also like 100% believable too,
Oh,
because we've
fuck,
all
yes.
seen that in real life.
Absolutely. We've seen someone like Jan
Yeah.
being that person. And
Yeah.
being
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
she is, it's a hot take, I think, for a lot of people, but she's probably one of my favorite characters in that whole show. I'm was sorry to see her not be in as many.
Right. Her the dynamic with her, I feel like is it's really good.
It is really good. Just the phone call when she's on the phone with Michael, you know, she won't be in an episode except on speakerphone, and it's always good because their chemistry was so perfect on screen. So yeah. So that Dinner Party is my second one.
Because I've shown this at work as all the things to not do, the fire drill.
Yeah.
Where Dwight sets everything up and everything goes to hell. And yeah.
Are we on? Is this 3?
Yep.
Okay, I have to ration it out. I have to be choosy. There's one that I'm gonna pick that I fucking love this. It's a cold open. Nikki and I still reference it to this day.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
There is a cold open where I don't even know what the episode is. I don't know what happens in the episode, but I remember the cold open. Michael has got his computer set up to talk when he types. and he calls Pam and Jim into his office to show him, and he starts typing stuff, and he types "Me love you, Long Tim," and then like without skipping a beat, Pam's like, "Who's Long Tim?" And that's a household meme for us.
I love that.
And I'll reference it not any time, but when I'll have a typo or something, I always think of Long Tim.
That's fucking hilarious. My third pick will be Ryan started the fire.
Yeah, I almost went with that route too,
I
man.
love that one. It just
Fire
started
guy.
burning. Hey, this temp's still learning.
I loved that because I could totally relate to Ryan being like, I don't want to be known for something. You know what I mean? Where that was his whole thing, where he's like, I don't want to be the something guy. Fire guy.
Another one of my favorite cold opens. So my fourth spot is future Dwight. So whenever he gets the facts for himself in the future, to not listen.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Don't let Stanley drink the coffee.
Runs over, just slaps it out of his hand.
We're on 4. Man, this is the way opposite way I thought it was gonna go. I thought I was gonna be struggling. Now I'm like looking at a big long list. I feel like the Bird stand-up comedian 4-panel comic. Sweating, flop sweating.
Call.
I'm back on the Creed tip. I'm going with Creed on Halloween, where he comes up splattered with blood, and says it's Halloween. That's really, really good timing.
Let's see. Number 4 for me is when they all put on the fake mustaches and go to what's her name?
To spy on Karen.
Yeah, to spy on Karen.
God, I forgot about that.
They all look so fucking ridiculous in their little mustaches. And it's just so funny.
She was originally supposed to get her own spinoff, and then they turned it into her playing that character in Parks and Rec.
Okay.
But Dwight was supposed to. The Shroots was supposed to be a
I
thing.
remember they did that backdoor pilot where
Right.
they showed all his family and stuff.
And it's
it was all really weird.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's one of the people consider it like one of the worst episodes of The Office.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't strike me as weird at the time. I remember when I watched it when it aired, I remember it was like, oh, well, it kind of sucks. They're like not in the office, I guess.
I'm glad there wasn't like a real spinoff to that show or whatever.
Yeah, same.
It could have been. I think it would have damaged its legacy.
Could have. Yeah.
And then my last one would be the game they played during Diversity Day.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible driver. Oh man, am I a woman?
Last one.
Last one.
I have to go, but again, because we reference this a lot in the house, I have to go with just the fact that Michael Scott burned his foot stepping on a George Foreman grill.
I love the smell of bacon in the morning.
God, I love that so much, man. And that's another thing where it's like I can't see like a grill like that and not think about the goddamn office. It's like it's just in there.
I always found myself thinking about what must Michael's apartment look like. You know, like after he's lived in it a while.
Right.
You know, we saw the condo.
Yeah.
Which is a good episode.
Yes, it is a good episode.
And I wouldn't have gotten it if I hadn't been through mortgaging and stuff and how all that works as to how fucked he was on that condo. You know?
Sold my condo, record time.
It's like, God. I, to this day, still make questionable financial choices, and I always think, is this something Michael Scott would do? If the answer is yes, don't do it. My fifth moment is a little less comedy and a little more feel-goody, and that's the Michael's proposal to Holly. I thought that was just really good. I liked how the show could hit you in the feels, and frequently I found myself absolutely not crying at some moments of that show, but the proposal got me. That one got me. That was a happy, fun, appropriate moment. I loved that I feel like that he came out on top, and that's really what I had always been kind of rooting for. Is just for shit to start going right for him for a change. And so I thought because it was so cute and romantic, and that it was a win for Michael, that's probably my
Well, I read
favorite
that's why
moment.
they changed it, because he was more like, in the first season they meant for him to be an irredeemable dick like his character is in the British
one,
office.
right?
Which is,
But then they decided to soften him and make him more.
I think he was. I think
David
he was
Brennan.
definitely more relatable to American audiences that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Gervais was brilliant
Yeah, totally.
in that one in the British office.
There's a follow-up to there's like a movie follow-up to The British Office. I can't remember what it's
Oh,
called.
really?
I'm going to look it up because I should remember it because it is very good.
I didn't pick anything from Jim and Pam just because that could have been like half the list. So like their kiss, the proposal, and then my favorite still probably is the walk down the aisle with all the other.
That was
office
cool.
people.
That was a really
Yeah,
neat
yeah.
moment where they're all dancing, on down the
Or
aisle.
the speed, his toast at the wedding rehearsal.
God.
Because that's like something I would have said about Melissa's. That's always pinged with me. So like all my moments could have been Jim and Pam. So I was like, I'm not going to list them at all. That's
right.
It's like all or nothing. So-
That would be another draft in and of itself.
Yeah.
I think just because that show obviously was about them.
Yep.
And-
And the pregnancy, like they didn't tell them beforehand that was the twist. They didn't tell John Krasinski that the twist was going to be that Pam was pregnant.
Oh,
whenever
so
he
his
rushed into that
reaction was
room.
genuine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. I did not know that.
The name of the movie is David Brent, Life on the Road. It is a mockumentary movie that takes place 12 years after The Office. He's playing the same character, and he's a traveling salesman who is going on a self-financed rock tour.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
it's good. despite what Rotten Tomatoes has to say about it.
Never trust Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, good draft. Good draft.
Great.
That was a
draft.
great draft.
Do you have any
Um,
honorable
I
mentions? Dave?
do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prison Mike.
God, yeah, yeah.
God.
I've got that on a pillow in there. If we could buy for Anna for Christmas, it's got regular Michael, and then you move the sequence, and it turns into Prison Mike.
Mike. That's funny. I don't think this is going to be a popular one, but for whatever reason, it sticks in my mind, and that is when they drive the company car into the lake following the GPS. Bat in the Office, honorable mention,
Good.
and the Watermark, which is where
Oh my God.
you
yes.
see. I think that is like the most diabolical that you ever see Creed,
Right.
because he's really like, that's the one where they had like the lewd watermark on the paper that went to the
Donald
school.
Duck or
Yeah. And it was Creed. We find out his quality assurance, and he masterminds this whole thing. Like they show him making calls and being like, "Oh, well, I called about this, and I believe you were on vacation then, weren't you?" And like it's just like you see him just like weaseling his way to this other company to find somebody to pin the blame
Proving that he is, in fact, a genius.
on. Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
I also had Holly thinking Kevin was mentally challenged.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was good.
God, man, we didn't even do any Toby stuff.
Yeah,
There's so much good Toby stuff.
Yeah.
the Oscar kiss in season 3.
Yeah. Oh, God. Right.
Of course, the Dundies.
Yes,
Yeah, the
because I do
Dundies.
that at work too. I
Right.
do the foodies.
Do you?
Yeah.
So I make weird awards to give to every single person, and yeah, we could call it the foodies.
I love that you do that.
I keep a Dundee in my office, a Popco Dundee for that.
Nice. Blonde Ryan.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
general,
Yeah.
when he shows up with blonde hair, that just cracks me the fuck up. It's like he couldn't have, I didn't think he could be more of a douche, and then he showed up with the hair.
Parkour.
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 God,
Yes.
can't forget about parkour. Office Olympics,
Yes.
Yes.
and
Jeez.
the golden ticket.
That everybody got.
Everyone, like, there was only supposed to be like one, and they ended up putting like one in.
Everybody.
No, it made it into a bunch of orders, but it also made it into like some like
Like a
health
$1 million account or
manufacturing
whatever.
companies. Yeah, and so like they're now
We get
forced.
40% off our $1 million order.
You guys are going to have to help me with this one, because this is office trivia that's been erased from my mind. But the pizza places that have the same name, like that, are you ordering pizza from it's something or something on like Fifth or something like
I
that?
gotta look it up.
And I love that so much, because like that's so like that minutia, like that's like normalizes the show, man, because it's like that shit feels so real, where it's like of course they have two pizza places named the same thing, because like every town has that kind of like fucked up shit where it's like it shouldn't be this way, but it is, and we all just deal with it because there's no option.
Or the iPod during Dirty Santa.
Oh
That
God,
episode.
yeah, that's like a season 1 episode, I think.
That was dirty too. Yeah.
Michael, was a $20 limit.
I was trying to find the launch party for Ryan's big app
Oh, yeah.
for the paper company. I was
The
trying
Michael
to
Scott
find
Paper Company, when Michael owns David Wallace. I don't have to outlast Under Mifflin. I just have to outlast you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
David Wallace playing the drums, like that was great too. Like that's a fantastic moment where like I love seeing him unemployed.
What was it that he invented something?
He did.
And like it ended up being
Huge. He got
like
all his
a
money
big
back and
deal.
bought Dunder Mifflin. Yeah.
Oh, what was it that he invented?
I can't remember.
Wolf.
Wolf was Ryan's, the website that did all your social media at once.
Right. Okay.
That he sold for like $10,000 because it was also the euphemism for some school.
Right. It's Alfredo's. It's Alfredo's or Pizza by Alfredo. And it's
I forgot about that.
and that's scene in Launch Party. Yeah, that comes around
because he won't tip the kid.
Yeah, right.
Or he won't pay him. Is it he won't tip him or he won't pay him?
Yeah, from the kid from Alfredo's Pizza Cafe.
Take the kid hostage basically and put him inside in the conference room.
But I love that shit, man, because it's like we all deal with stuff like that, where it's like there's a restaurant in town or a store in town or something, and it's like it's just like impossible for like they do the same thing. It's almost like this
Pizza by the Pound or Pizza Warehouse, where you get
right, or this Italian Village Michaels thing.
Italian
where it's
Village
like,
and
you
Michaels.
get this like everybody who's lived here for a certain amount of time like knows that rivalry. You know? But like,
and it's real. It's real.
Yeah, you drive 30 minutes in a direction, and someone's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about and why you're so passionate about it."
Yeah. That's a good Paducah story.
Yeah.
It really is.
Dwight tearing up David Wallace's house, inspecting it when they go to his house for the Christmas party.
Oh yeah.
So how old? When was this built?
Did he like pull the medicine cabinet off the wall or something?
He's in the attic, like taking apart bricks. You got some water damage here.
It's like your dad.
Dude. That is exactly like my dad's. My dad's middle ground between Dwight and Ron Swanson.
Okay, all right.
Well, you want to take a break before we get to some game talk?
Yeah.
When Andy says he's gonna when he's cutting off Phyllis's head with a chainsaw.
Cut off Phyllis.
Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
Or when he punches the wall, when he loses his shit.
Fuck. I'm done. Okay, that's it.
Mama, maybe you could stop brushing my hair so I can read.
Read? You never get to read. What you reading for?
Because I enjoys it, Mama.
Don't look like to me you enjoys it. Sitting there all grouchy.
Mama, I gotta read this book and 6 other books tonight or else I can't play foot. Ball.
Foosball. You playing the foosball behind my back?
The only reason I'm doing this so I can go to school.
School? You going to school? Ow!
Sorry, Mama, I wanted to tell you.
You off gallivant with your fancy foosball friends at school while I'm sitting here all day with nobody to keep me company except Steve? The chickens are coming home to roost, Bobby Boucher. You reap the fruit of your selfish ways. You gonna lose all your fancy foosball games, and you're gonna fail your big exam because school is
The devil? Everything is the devil to you, Mama! Well, I like school, and I like football, and I'm gonna keep doing them both because they make me feel good. And by the way, Mama, alligators are ornery because they're medulla oblongata. And I like Vicky, and she likes me back. And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
All right, time for the games. The games. I don't know, Rick. We're going to play the games.
I didn't want to say that it was coming because I knew if I said it was coming, you were going to do it. And then I knew that I would be like, oh, well, I influenced that. So I just kind of sat back quietly and was like,
know me.
I think it's going to come.
You know me. You know what I'm going to come.
I don't think you can resist this.
No, I can't. I can't do it. So, yeah.
Hey, Morty. Morty, I turned myself into a podcast segment. Hey, Morty.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Did you like my Rick? That was my first
It's
attempt.
perfect. It's like I was there. So super play action football. A 92
Yeah, 92.
release.
For North American release only.
Yep. I believe it.
I don't know why. Why would you believe that?
So yeah, box art. Look at this game. What'd you guys expect?
Well, this game is licensed by the NFL,
By
Got
the
the
NFL.
teams. Yeah.
but you don't see any sort of like. I mean, the picture on the front is from below of the guy snapping the ball. Great big image of, and it looks like his colors are probably the Steelers. I don't know. The box art's fine, but it's not anything.
It's a little
special.
generic.
It's
right?
very generic.
It's a little generic.
which made me think
that it wasn't.
that
licensed.
it wasn't licensed. But down in
Girl,
the bottom,
same.
down in the bottom left corner, there's a teeny little logo, Team NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, okay, it is NFL licensed, so that's gonna always be a thing for me. Is one of the
needs
things
that.
that is going to improve a game for me, a football game for me, is if it's NFL licensed.
So
If
that's-
you can use the team names.
It's important.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
It just helps add to the experience. I
Yeah,
think
I get it.
because
Unless
if you're
it's
playing,
arcadey, I'm with you.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it just there's a certain association that's obviously made with football.
Sure.
The NFL.
Right.
If you can't play as the Buccaneers or the Patriots or whoever you want to play as, I feel like you really need to like playing football video games, because there's a certain polish missing if the teams aren't a part of it. So I did like that. I was glad to see that it was at least gonna have the team names in it.
I was surprised because I
was too.
didn't even
I
notice.
didn't expect it.
I didn't even notice the NFL logo on the box art. So I was really surprised.
It's little. It's teeny weeny down there. And it's like usually when it's an NFL thing, I would have expected them to put the picture of an actual player on the
Right.
front and everything else. And this was a Nintendo published game.
Yeah.
So you'd think they'd kind of go all out, but
They didn't.
They did
They did
not.
not. They
There's that Mode 7 football in the beginning when he's
did
throwing it at you.
I had to duck
yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah.
It was so realistic when I thought that football was going to hit me,
Oh, man,
guys.
shit.
Whoa.
glad it wasn't just me.
Whoa. That's what I did. Whoa.
But yeah, I thought it was based on the box art. I was like, this is a football game.
I figured
And it is.
it'd be a super generic ass football game, since it just has like random cartoony guy in random colors, no logos, no.
Yeah.
And it just being super play action. I didn't know there was a play action football on the NES.
I didn't either until we started doing some research on this.
Yep.
Did not play action on the NES as a child or an adult, but I did watch a little gameplay and was like, I'm glad I did not play any of this.
Was it also the weird side angle?
The reason I looked it up was because I was curious about whether the weird angle of the field
Yep.
came from the NES game, and yeah, it does. Believe it or not.
So, if your experiences with this game were translated into a movie or a celebrity, what and who would it be?
I picked a movie called Rise and Walk, the Dennis Bird story. This is a movie I played. Peter Berg was in it. I think he may have directed it too. This chronicles the former New York Jet, Dennis Bird's struggle to overcome paralysis after suffering a devastating injury on the football field. His unwavering faith in God pulled him through. But unfortunately, I don't think even God could do anything to make this game stand out in a sea of superior football games.
Fuck yes.
That's what I wrote. That's what I read, and that's what I believe.
And that's
because
the rest of the story.
that's the rest of the story.
That's a wrap, fellas.
Believe it.
This has been a good episode.
What about you, Dave?
My answer isn't nearly as good. I chose a movie that I actually like. That's not to reflect on my feelings of the game, but it's because it uses a bunch of crazy angles in it, a lot of Dutch angles, and that's 12 Monkeys. And I love 12 Monkeys, although I haven't seen it since high school, so I don't know. I don't know how it holds up.
It's
but
still good.
Holy shit, I love that movie in high school.
That in Brazil, the guy that directed
Terry Gilliam.
of the movies, Time Bandits. I could go on and on. Love his fucking movies, and 12 Monkeys is one of my faves. Excellent.
But I chose it because of all the weird angles,
Right,
specifically. And like we mentioned earlier, this game has the playing field orientated at a 45-degree angle.
God,
Which is
terrible.
absolutely bizarre. It's a baffling decision.
Well, and then we'll get
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right, we'll
I've got a list
okay.
of bad things.
Sure.
That goes as part of a segment.
Okay, right.
So but yeah.
I've got an astonishingly long list of good things.
Same.
That's wild.
I got
right?
I got a few good things. I do.
Okay. Tyler, what do you got?
So I've got a movie and a similar celebrity. So if I were to call this movie a celebrity and a movie, so celebrity is in the movie.
Okay.
A movie called The Bear, starring Gary Busey.
Oh yeah.
So it's supposed to be one of the worst football movies ever made, where Gary Busey is, and I'm sure Dennis will be horribly offended that Gary Busey played Paul Bear Bryant, which I feel like I've heard him mention that before. So everyone said, like, no matter how much makeup you throw on Gary Busey, he is not Paul Bryant and cannot be. So the movie was atrocious, crazy ass Gary Busey, horrible movie.
Strangely,
My experience with this game.
strangely enough, he was a fine Buddy Holly.
I didn't know he
Gary
played Buddy
Busey was?
Holly.
He played Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly story, and it was fine. It was good movie, and
Wow.
he did good as Buddy Holly, I think.
Okay.
So watch the Buddy Holly story starring Gary Busey if you want to see some strangely made up. Yeah, he's a lot younger. I mean, this
Sure.
was before he
This
went
was like
completely off the
Before his brain went out of
Pre-accident.
his head in
Yeah.
a motorcycle
Yeah.
accident.
Right? Yeah.
What's the show where he calls everybody butthorn?
Ooh, I don't know that one.
I don't know, but I used it as a sound effect in the stream for a long time.
I'm a huge fan of the man. Love Gary
Yeah.
Busey. Love him. And his son, Jake, is an excellent
From
actor.
Adventure Time?
Nope.
Oh,
Do you know Jake and Finn are Gary Busey's kids?
wait. I knew Jake was, but Finn as
Yeah,
well?
That's the
Did
twist
you-
at the end.
Did you ever see the movie Contact with Jodie Foster?
A long time ago.
Do you remember the guy that blew up the spaceship before it took off?
I'd
There
be
was
lying if I said
there was
it.
this whole thing in that movie about we get this signal from space and it's instructions on how to build the ship. To
Someone
go and
set us up
visit.
the bomb.
Someone set us up the bomb. That was Jake Busey. He
Okay.
had long blonde hair. He was like this
Okay.
religious leader, fanatic guy.
Okay.
That was Gary Busey's son.
Okay.
And when you see Jake Busey, you'll be like, "Oh shit, that is definitely Gary
You see the
Busey's son."
resemblance,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
So
Cool.
How about a Nick Cage movie?
I did one this week.
I got one as well.
Snake Eyes.
Snake
is
Eyes.
mine.
Oh.
It's probably, and I picked this because this movie is basically the movie is about. Well, it's probably one of his more boring movies, and that's why I picked it.
Okay.
Because it's interesting enough, and it's good to watch every once in a while, but I wouldn't put it on my frequently rewatch list. This movie features a particularly terrible performance by the always mediocre Gary Sinise. The only time Gary Sinise wasn't mediocre was when he was Lieutenant Dan.
I think that's pretty
Okay.
much what I know him.
And
from
that,
as
everything
far as
else
stuff.
he's bad in.
Yeah.
Really. There's a movie called Mission to Mars. Gary Busey has one lane. He's just Gary Busey, unless he's Lieutenant Dan. But in everything
Sinise.
else,
Gary Sinise,
or
you mean.
Gary Sinise, yeah, I got on the Gary
So many
Busey.
Garys.
So many Garys tonight.
Can we change the name of the episode to Oops on Berries?
Oops on Berries. Yes.
Man, that's like really good because it rhymes with berries, y'all.
I'll call it Super Play Action Football, aka Oops on Berries.
Can we get a ROM hack of anybody? Are there any ROM hackers out there? Can you just like ROM hack all the Garys into
Garys
Super Play Action Football?
In the movie, Nicolas Cage plays a corrupt cop who happens to be around at a boxing match where an assassination of a prominent political figure takes place. It's not a great movie, but it's an okay watch. But if I never see it again, I'm not going to be that like upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I went with Nicolas Cage this time.
Okay. I went with so Super Play Action Football is a football game. Correct. Good. We're good.
Check.
And Aaron Rodgers is a football player
Check.
for the Green Bay Packers.
Correct. He is.
And last year he showed up to the first day of training camp cosplaying as Nicolas Cage's character from Con Air. So I'm going to go with
my moment
Con
I've
Air.
written down.
I don't believe that. Yeah, that's
Just too good.
it's
Just
too good. And it's so good that I wouldn't say I'm not a football fan. I don't watch football, but that story stood out to me. I remembered that story a year later, I guess is my point.
Okay.
Where a lot of football stories, I wouldn't, unless it involves like, a heinous crime.
Right. I like to watch football at the professional level, but I haven't been like I hardly watched any last season. So we'll watch the Super Bowl every year regardless. There were a number of years where I watched it religiously. Whatever game was on every Sunday, Saturday, Thursday.
Any given Sunday?
Any given Sunday. Which is also I almost picked Any Given Sunday, but Any Given Sundays was really good.
You respect it more. Yeah, right. I get that.
So anyway.
I struggled with that with 12 Monkeys too. It's like, man, I really like this
I don't
movie.
want to associate these two.
All right. 3 good.
No, you haven't.
things.
Did you say your Nick Cage?
Mine was
did the Aaron
exactly the
Rodgers.
same as his.
Oh, the Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers thing. Okay, gotcha. I was asleep. 3 good things.
3 good things.
Okay, I'll go through mine real quick. I had obviously more bad things to say, but I thought that the voices like announcing the plays and stuff were clear.
You could hear them.
You could hear them and make out what they were saying. I mean, I thought that was kind of, you would expect a game like this to
Right. From 92.
from 92.
And they do have this weird quality to them where I feel like a lot of like early digitized voice have, where it's like, it feels like there's background, like it doesn't cut off like where it should. Because
Right.
like when he says first down, there's like, after the end, there's something like, what was that?
Right.
Like when you were recording like in a subway
Like
station.
artifacts or
Right.
something, yeah. And the crowd sounds and the music were okay. I mean, I didn't hate the music.
I liked it,
It
but
was
I
kind
like
of a groovy little tune.
I like that
the music
Pilot
popped up
Wings
first whenever
kinda-
I Googled it. Or
Really?
put it on YouTube, like Super Relation Football track list.
Wow.
The music.
Yeah,
So,
I liked it. I figured that was going to be for everybody else. So it's glad to hear that.
There you go. My next good thing was that apparently this game is multi-tap compatible and you can have a 4-player game.
I didn't know that.
So
you can only see 2 of you at a time, but
Right.
4-player game.
Right.
they they also have a 2-player versus computer game where you can play co-op with a friend.
Right.
And that's
I
pretty
saw that.
that's pretty
cool.
sweet. I don't know how the more multi-tap thing would work, especially with that field layout being what it is. It's just not conducive to that. But I do think it's
No, it's
it's
super
really not. I do think it's cool that it's an option.
Yeah.
And so that was that. And then my next good thing was that you can pick from NFL, college, or high school
Yeah.
as your league.
That's on my list as
So
well.
the high school is on my list too.
I just think that's neat that you can do that.
I do wish that they had the license for the colleges,
I agree.
because that would have made this like
That would have been
a really cool,
Totally-
like really cool. Because
That would have been
is there another
unique.
game out
Nope.
that
that has both. No, usually it's one or the other.
Right.
And yeah, to be able to license both college and professional to have the team names and the colors and everything,
Right.
is neat.
Even if the gameplay were as mediocre as it is, it would still be like a feat, right? Of like,
It would
wow,
be
they
a cool
actually
feature.
did this.
That would be the thing that people remember about it, is that is the one game is licensed for this, that, and the other.
right.
They're not.
Right.
So you just have to. I think you can name your teams whatever you want. So like,
In
if
high
I
school,
wanted,
you can,
In
yeah.
high school, obviously you could name your team the Tornado. if you
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to.
I went a similar route.
Yeah. Did you?
I did. I went PTHS.
Gotcha.
I named Melissa's tits. It just it fit.
Yeah.
So there you go. And I tried to make the team colors look like a boob.
Were you able
That's what I
to?
did. Not really.
Did you show her?
No. No. I didn't tell her. I didn't show her. Nothing.
This is an attempt.
I have one more thing on my list of good, kind of little quality of life, little display quality of life things. I thought that the Mario coin in the coin toss, that was a nice touch.
So you have two of my good things as
Oh, shit.
well. Yeah.
Mario's head being the
Yeah,
heads and
yeah.
the raccoon tail being tails.
And
like
it
that,
gives
too.
it kind of that Nintendo feel, obviously, which is nice to see. When you see the Nintendo brands in there, it makes me feel good, almost the same way that having the actual NFL teams in a game makes me feel that this at least has a stamp of quality. Whether or not the quality is there is to remains to be seen. I did also think, on the same kind of note, like, it was weird how, like, occasionally it would cut to the, like, lobby of the stadium or the hallway outside the stadium where people would typically be out buying snacks and going to the bathroom and stuff,
Right.
and there would be a TV is hanging on the ceiling, and when your quarterback gets sacked, they cut to that and show the sack animation on the screen, and which is the same every time, but
Right.
it's still fucking insulting, and that's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, everybody's seeing you getting sacked, you know.
I liked that.
I liked
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I thought that was a neat little fuck you from the computer. You know?
Those little cinematics are on my list as well. Like during halftime, I was playing as. I had to try out high school. I mean, because it's like you don't see that.
Never.
You don't see that. So
Never,
it's like, of
ever.
course, that's what I'm going to try first.
Now, you think that's a skill level thing? Maybe
I think
easy, medium, hard.
there are different moves. Like you can't stiff arm in high school football, but
Gotchas.
you can do that in college.
So it's a rule
So
set
it is a rule set.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is like the cinematics I thought were great because similar to what you're saying, like they do cut to like a crowd outside, like with the concessions and whatever, and there's like a big jumbotron kind of screen. And halftime for the high school game, it was the one of the football players sitting on a bench trying to talk to a cheerleader while she's doing her routine, and then like the coach walks by looking disapprovingly, and it's like. That's pretty neat that they did that because it almost feels like a shame because it's like it's charming, but it's like why? Well, like someone did a good job for a mediocre game. You know what I mean? It's like this game.
The effort was put in the wrong places.
Somebody
Yes.
was that
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, right.
This was me. Dev is listening right now going, yep. That actually happened. I put that in there because fucking Misty
high school for me.
Ann Jenkins wouldn't talk to me. And I joined the football team just to get her fucking attention, and she fucked everybody but me, man.
Maybe that means she liked you the most.
See?
I don't think it does, but
Doubt
maybe it
I
does.
doubt it, but maybe. It's
My
always
only
hope.
other good thing was the teams.
I've got one more good thing. It's at the bottom of my good things list because it's also kind of a bad thing. I'm on the fence about it. This game uses a radar. They call it a radar system, which is you have your field of play where all the football players move around and you see them, but you've also got it's a mini map.
Yeah.
It's a rectangular mini map, and it kind of looks like a playbook. It's distilled down to like circles and X's and that kind of thing.
Right.
And it's obtrusive.
It takes up half the view of the field
Right.
that is already at an awkward angle.
Right. And I don't like that about it. You can change the size, but it's no matter what size it is, it's obtrusive and ugly. But I will say that I found it incredibly useful. I haven't completed so many passes in a football game because it's like I feel like this is a really good way of like I could look at that. I could glance at it and be like, he's covered, he's not. Like, I mean, it was like that. I can't do that in Madden. It's tough for me to like look at because a lot of times when I look down the field in Madden, it's just garbage sprites. It's like, I don't know. They tried to make this look super realistic, and due to that, it's just this conglomeration of pixels.
Well, that's why the handheld Mattel football was always so good. Because that's essentially what that mini map is.
You're right.
And you're seeing the dots representing where your players are, and I did like that they put it in there, but at the tippity top of my bad list is that because it's in the way. The view of the field is garbage anyway. The 3/4 view is a terrible choice. I do not understand it. I'd rather it just be overhead if they're going to do something besides, behind the defensive or offensive line, depending on what you're playing.
Well, that's what's bewildering about it is overhead. It's
3/4 view.
They've just crooked it 45 degrees.
Well, and
It's the equivalent of Jesse putting chili powder in his meth in Breaking Bad. Like that's just our thing, man.
Yeah.
We're action. We're play action. We do it sideways.
Yeah,
and you can't see the whole field without the mini map.
Right.
You don't know what the fuck's going on. There's just too much going on the screen, and it was unnecessary. It was unnecessarily complicated. Just make a football game, y'all. It doesn't have to. Honestly, I don't know. You don't have to have a hook or a catch. I think we found that out in a couple of other games. It's like just the fact that it's a clean and easy to pick up and play football game is fine. That's a great buy, in my opinion, if you're into playing football. When you fuck around and make things change like this with the view of the field being wrong and a giant mini map over the fucking thing and mediocre plays, the fact that you had to pick your audibles before you play the fucking down, it's just, I don't know. There's just a lot going on there.
You're not going to find me complaining about plays much in football games, but I do have on my list of bad things that there are not enough plays to choose from.
Yeah, it's real generic.
I think the biggest problem with this game is the fact that this game was really boring for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, really boring.
Oh God, it is. It's a terribly boring game.
And slow.
Well, that's a lot of it because it's like football is a slow game. It's a lot of start, stop,
hurry up and wait.
Start, stop. And I mean, and there's long gaps between it. This game doesn't like capture that exactly, but I mean, I was starting to get upset with every time the referee would show up and take like 5 seconds to like slowly animate first down, put his arm back, turn, look at the camera. And it's like, holy shit, fuck, why did I choose 15-minute quarters? Which is what I did. And it's like, fuck, this game is... And then I would get to a point where it's like, there's no way I'm winning this football game.
Right.
Stick with it? Fuck no. Turn off. Turn off. There's like, I'm not coming back from this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit for 30 more minutes at the least to like maybe come around.
And from what I understand, the play action for NES, apparently you could go left, right, up, down. Like it was still
Really?
3/4, but you didn't have like a diagonal.
That's weird. How would you move downfield? Would you like have to go up and then right?
I guess. Right? Yeah,
That's
I didn't play
fucked.
it, but that was added
You had
here.
to play like Zoolander. Just nope, can't turn left.
What is this? A football stadium for ants?
They put it in here, but the movement in this game still felt just clunky and janky.
It's horrible.
And that is my last bad thing. Clunky specifically was what I said.
There's no way they could not have animated these fucking football players a little better. Just an extra frame or two of movement
on top of the angle.
On top of the angle.
It's like a 1-2 combo.
Get it out of my fucking way. Just couldn't. This game is worthless in a from a football game standpoint on any system. This game is the most worthless because it just does so many things wrong.
Yeah.
And it had the potential to be good, as do a lot of the speaking fairly, a lot of the games we talk about are good potential that is wasted. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go crazy. It's like I said earlier, you don't have to go crazy. Just make a good football game. Make something fun to play, and people will play it. This was not fun, and it was the opposite of fun. And I'm not even going to go so far as to give it the credit of calling it bad. It was just
I would
boring. It was boring, and it just doesn't. I don't know. It was not a great game.
It's not fun. I didn't have any fun with it. I mean, that's a lie. The cinematics I thought were charming, and the Mario coin toss at the beginning, like you're talking about, that's fun too. But like the game. Nothing about the gameplay was fun. And I 100% agree with you about the controls, because it was like the number of times I would do. So I've got like 8 plays total to choose from, including punt and including the special plays. So it's like I really have like 5 or 6 plays to choose from. And one of them is a dive play. And it's like, running the ball, I just decided I'm just going to pass. I'm just going to start doing passing plays, because running the ball on that diagonal field is just like, I mean, I was running into my own players, and I know it's skill issue, sure, but still
I couldn't do anything. It was just like step, flash, boom, down.
Well, and plus, not to mention when you had the other team hot on your tail, they could just dive and be a good 5 or 6 pixels away from you, and they would tackle you. Like the sprites wouldn't touch one another, but you would still go down.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, that's just a bad game. It is a bad game.
Yeah, it didn't feel good, and it felt really slow. And that's honestly, if it were snappier and moved at a quicker pace, regardless of how long the quarters are, I might be able to come around. You know what I mean?
I could see that being the case if it moved on a little better and was just in some way a little more enjoyable. Some of the shitty aspects of it could be overcome.
Right.
Not in its final form.
No.
It's done. It's a bad game. There are way better football games out there to play. Games that we've played since I've started hosting the show, which I think we've played like 3 football games.
Sterling Steel end to end is a better game than this.
That's a good game.
I mean, it's way better than this game.
So there's better choices. It's a real pity, but whatever. It happens. Don't play this one.
Don't.
Don't waste your time.
It very much feels like it's 1992. You own a Super Nintendo. There are no football games. Here is one.
Right. Exactly. And
you will buy this because you have a new system and you want a football game on it. But the moment you can buy a different one, You will.
I'm going to get into this in a little bit, but there was a couple of things. I watched a couple of different reviews and long plays on YouTube as well. A lot of people talked about this game in the comments, that they played it, they had it, they did it, they liked it. So, maybe that was the syndrome there was it's the one of the only games out there. It's football. It's all we've got. So let's get it and play it. And I loved it, whatever. Okay, but
compared to the other
ones
on the system,
that maybe came later. It's a good thing they got in the door with it when they did.
Compared to like Tecmo Bowl on the NES,
I know.
I mean, it's
just not that hard.
It doesn't.
It's important to see the whole field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least the same amount of field that you would see when you're watching a football game.
Right.
That's what we're used to seeing.
Because we haven't really. I mean, we've griped about the angle and how it's difficult to see, but I mean, like, to quantify the number of yards you can see at any given time is like what?
It's
20?
like 15 or 20. Yeah,
I mean, it's like that's what we're
nothing.
talking. That's like how zoomed in it is. It feels like it feels like imagine Diablo. Imagine someone made a football game out of like a Diablo tool set.
Right.
Diablo 1. Like, that's kind of what it feels like.
Mm-hmm. That's a good analogy. That's exactly right.
So where exactly did it lose you?
For this one, I just answered it was fine. It was immediately fine.
Total package.
It never lost or gained stride for me because it was fine. When I thought about that question, I tried to put myself in the mindset of someone in 1992 who's wanting a football game for the Super NES. And from that regard, sure.
Yeah, it fits that bill.
It does. It's fine. It's not a good game, and it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yep. But in 1992,
yeah,
I could totally see someone buying it.
Mm-hmm. I bet it sold well, if I had to guess. Especially being a sequel to play action football
and being a Nintendo published
game.
Yeah.
That's going to go right on the right.
So I remember
on
seeing it on like a Nintendo box even.
It may
is
have
on the
been
box of the Super
included.
Nintendo.
Yeah, it may have been included with some. Maybe they had like a sports version or something. But yeah,
but it's definitely 100%. There's a thumbnail of the game on the Super Nintendo
Yeah,
box.
I've never seen it. Yeah, whenever I couldn't
It's
run
the
the
only
ball,
reason I
I
knew
was like,
about it.
nope. Buy, rent, or birthday. I had none of the above.
I wouldn't even rent it.
yeah. I mean, it would be I said rent this, but buy Tecmo Super Bowl or Sterling Sharp and Dan because both of those are superior.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
But yeah, if I knew about it, I would not even bother. But this would be best suited as a rental, so you could quickly determine that it's not worth having and move on.
Yeah, if I have to choose one of those three, it would be rental. But like,
Right.
when this came out, I never would have been like, I think I'm gonna. This ActRaiser game looks pretty cool and something I might be into. You know what I mean?
But there's also this football game.
this guy
here.
looks generic. I mean,
Have I got to rent Joe and Mac or this?
right? Super play action football. Yeah,
Any achievements?
I have some.
what you got?
My first achievement is Lehu Zahur. And to do this, you win the game by repeatedly lining up for a punt on first down, call an audible, and then the defense won't change their position.
Oh, you did this.
You can just kick it right over them.
That's hilarious.
They stay in punt block formation, and then you can get an easy touchdown. Now, I will say, I got to ask you, though, in relation to this achievement, do you remember me talking about Acid Randy?
Yes.
Acid Randy showed me that trick on this game back in...
Oh, so you had played this before or seen it before
I had
at least?
seen it before because my buddy Randy was
Acid Randy.
Acid Randy.
Acid Randy.
He was really into sports, and he had a lot of sports games, and one of them was this game. And
He was this close to being football, Randy.
when I brought it up on the screen, I was like, I fucking think I remember seeing this, but I know I never had it, And I was like, where the fuck have I seen this game before? Well, so I was watching a really terrible review on YouTube about this game.
Please tell me it was Randy's.
It wasn't. I don't think it was. It was some channel called Brothers Forge. This was awful. It was awful. But anyway, I was watching the review of this game, and then in the comments, someone mentioned the thing about the punt. And I was like, "Oh fuck! I remember now," because he showed me that trick all the way back then.
That's
He's
awesome.
like, "Yeah, you know how to beat them," and I'm like, "No, I don't understand football." At the time, I didn't. And so on first to get that achievement, you win the game by lining up for punt formation. Call an audible for a regular play. The defense won't change, and you're essentially just kicking it or throwing it over them.
I love that.
Yeah, they won't, and you'll win.
That was a journey.
Okay, yeah,
I love that.
That's cool. Let's see. My next achievement is we didn't lose the game; we just ran out of time. And that is a quote from Vince Lombardi. And to earn that achievement, lose. Simply lose. My last achievement is I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. That is a quote from Terry Bradshaw, my favorite football player ever. Former quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Favorite commercial duo with who's he on? She played Lois Lane and Lois and Clark. And she was
Terry
in all
Hatcher.
those
Oh,
Terry Hatcher. Yeah, Terry Bradshaw and Terry Hatcher did all those like Sears commercials.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There was a great bit on Mr. Show where it was Odenkirk. He was reading he was God doing his his memoirs or something, and he's talking about Terry Bradshaw and the Hail Mary, and I've got to find that. Maybe I'll use that as a transition. But to get I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Stop playing this game after a few plays because it isn't anything special. Give up, walk away, put it down, and go do something you'd rather be doing. Because I promise you'd rather be doing just about anything.
I've got a similar achievement.
Okay, that's all for me.
I have a few. The first of which is, you have to bear with me.
Go for it.
Foosball! You playing the foosball behind my back? In order to unlock, I'm not going to do it. In order to unlock that, you play super play action football while you're supposed to be asleep instead. Next achievement. Well, I like school and I like football and I'm going to keep doing them both because they make me feel good. In order to unlock that, you play both high school and college modes. Next achievement is, and alligators are on me because of medulla oblongata. In order to unlock that, in college mode,
Something wrong with his medulla oblongata.
in college mode, score 0 points in a game against Florida. Last achievement I have is, and I like Vicky, and she likes me back, and she showed me her boobies, and I like them too. In order to unlock that, you turn off super play action football and focus on something that's more important.
Such as boobies.
It could be whatever.
Could be anything. I like that
Even
you
just
did.
throws a ball.
I like that you did what I usually do, which is take quotes from one fucking movie and turn them into achievements. That's what I usually do.
I did it the Ian way.
I love it.
I did it the Ian way.
That was the only one. Now I feel like true brotherhood is forming. Tyler?
I've got two. My first one is, that's funny, bro. And you unlock, that's funny, bro, when you make a high school team made all out of cuss words.
Okay.
And then the other one is tails. It's like butts. So you get tails on a coin flip.
Nice.
Not cool enough?
Not cool enough. All right. Well, what's Flopsy or price charting or?
Yeah, how much you boys think this game is? If you were to buy it loose right now, how much would you pay for it? Or expect to be paid, demanded?
Not much. I'm gonna say $12.95.
I had $10 written down.
$12.95 and $10. Well,
And you want me tell you what I think Flopsy has to say about it. God, it still cracks when you open
man.
it. It's
Did you
so
hear it? It was like
fresh.
That's his bone, breaking its bone,
yes. Well, I'm looking it up. Let's
crack it open. Fuck, Dave.
You guys remember the good old days when books made sex noises? You don't get this from a tablet.
I saw a thing on Reddit earlier today where someone was saying, my neighbors, I swear to my neighbors that it's my washing machine.
I saw
They
that
start
one.
up the washing machine and it's like, 2 stars common.
2 stars common. What do you think, Tyler?
1.5 stars common.
I agree. I don't know if very common is an option.
It's going to
But
be
it's
common.
but
at
it's the most
minimum.
common.
The most
Whatever
common.
the most
Yeah,
common
yeah,
is,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what this is. And then, man, I don't.
It's lesser healing potion common.
I think it deserves 1.5 stars, but just based on how like kind Flopsy is, man, I'm gonna go 2.5.
Okay,
'Cause I
so
think-
we're
I
at
think they
1.5, 2, and 2.5.
They might like swing that whole like no other football game has this viewing angle. Kinda, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It's a sequel to the mega popular hit.
you can
Play
tell what
Action
this one
Football.
is instantly, which I mean it is true.
You can because
No one makes sex dummies just like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, according to the Ultimate Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Conchi, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike and Shadowy Benefactor, Flopsy gives it. It says that it is very common.
Okay.
Oh,
I did
okay.
not know that was
Right,
a
we don't.
thing.
That must be the limit. I don't know.
It gotta be.
And gave it 2 stars.
Okay. I got
There we
that.
go.
So how much do you think? How much do you, based on that knowledge, would you like to revise your answers?
Yeah, $12.95.
$12.95. Okay, 10
I'll still
still.
say 10. Yeah, price of
Today.
Super Nintendo games went through the fucking roof.
It was probably
It is
85
true.
cents 5 years ago.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Actual retail
eBay
value.
paid you 5 years ago.
Yeah, we got a truck of these Super Play Action Footballs. If anybody wants them, come on down,
I think you could probably use them as shingles. I ain't sure.
dude. That'd be pretty sweet.
be a sweet roof.
A roof shingled out of Super Play Action Football cartridges.
we could do a whole wall in here out of shitty.
If they're
Super
cheap
Nintendo
enough, I
cartridges.
say we spend $30. And after $10, we only get 3. So
Actual retail value of Super Play Action Football for the Super Nintendo, loose on average, according to PriceCharting.com, is possibly the lowest ever since
Damn.
the segment started. Maybe $3.44.
Wow.
$3.44.
Full Owen Wilson. Wow.
wow. That's crazy.
How much is a mint in box? How much is a?
I didn't look. I can look it up, but now like after I see that 344, I'm really questioning like
Do you
how
have
much was
this?
Tom and Jerry? This is the kind of game where you don't know if you have it or not, and
Yeah, fair,
Probably.
fair.
It was
It's
probably
in a lot.
in
I
a
probably
box,
have it, if not multiple
Probably
copies
have a
of
few
it.
of them. Yeah.
But yeah, let me look up Super Play Action Football in box.
With every order, 2 copies of Super Play Action Football included at no additional charge. Shipping and handling applied.
yeah, there's a little bonus incentive to the shirts we're trying to sell. Buy a shirt, be entered in a raffle to win 2,000 Super Play Action Football cartridges.
Fuck, I forgot to mention shirts at the top of the show. I'm going to have to record a spot.
I forgot to.
Motherfucker.
I forgot to.
Y'all are going to have to record a spot with me before we leave.
Let's do it.
All right. You want to do it right now?
No, because then
I think it's super easy to edit, right?
Then I'll have to pluck it right out of the middle. No, we'll do it after we're done.
It's got me questioning, like, okay, so wait, how much was Tom and Jerry for the Super Nintendo? Like, it's got me like going through that. Okay, so new. God damn, check this out.
Dave's face was like, that was the most surprised I've seen you in a minute.
Complete $16.87. Complete. New, $78.46. New.
Damn.
That's crazy. You don't see prices like this anymore.
Well, I know what I'm giving away for Secret Santas this year at work, on the Discord, everywhere. Everyone gets. You get a Super Play Action Football, and you get a Super Play
thanks.
Action Football.
Thank you.
Dude. Give it to your kid. Let the dog play with it.
You get another Illusion of Gaia. You get Play Action Football.
It's got me looking up like games like Toy Story, where it's like, how is this less expensive than Toy Story? It is. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard, it sums up how you feel about it. What kind of beard would you give it?
So I guess maybe the act is called like Victor Victoria, where like somebody will paint their face half like a man on one side and half like a woman.
That's correct.
So the beard half, so half of a beard of that act of you looking front onward, so you see only half of what you need to see.
Okay. Okay.
So
yeah.
that thing beard.
Okay.
Symbolic of the
It is
view
Victor
of this
Victoria.
show.
You're right.
Okay. That's a good analog. I like that. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
The broken glasses of one Thomas J. from My Girl.
Oh.
Because I ran around in this game like I was getting killed by bees and went down so fast every single time.
Oh, I thought it's because Dan Aykroyd was your girlfriend's dad.
I thought it was because your girlfriend said, don't come back for 5 to 7 days. And then you had no choice.
I forgot about that part. That's like a famous part,
It is
too.
a famous part.
There are 4 games less expensive than Super Play Action Football. We have done some of these games.
Okay.
Is Mario World one of them?
It's not, surprisingly. One of them is a football game,
That's cheaper than this one?
and it's the football game. Madden NFL 94, $298.
That's
so
just
many.
quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just they made hundreds of thousands of those.
Then Bulls versus Blazers and the NBA playoffs. And then the cheapest one right now is Winter Olympic Games Lilyhammer 94.
Wow, I would have thought that'd be harder to come across.
I would too, but
Okay.
nope. $2,
Sure they-
12 cents.
I'm sure they were
Okay.
promoting the shit out of stuff like that. You know, that was there were what, 2 Olympics or 1 during the Super Nintendo's primary life cycle.
Yeah, 92 and 96.
Yeah. So I would imagine they've been promoting that a lot.
Izzy's Quest for the Golden Rings.
Atlanta, baby.
Man, I think I might rather play Super Play Action Football. That's fucked up.
That is
Oh, then
fucked
Izzy's
up
Quest?
because
Yeah, then Izzy's Quest.
Izzy's Quest was shit.
Izzy's Quest is really bad.
I would play the rocket level because I kind of like that.
That was
But
for,
everything
for
else.
about 45 seconds. I liked that level too. So, okay.
But you want to take a break and head on down to Community Corner?
Do you guys
Do
want
we have anything
first
to
of all,
do for
I don't think
Community
we have
Corner?
one. You got something?
No. I just figured we had a quiz or
No,
something.
I don't have a new quiz.
We can't do calls yet. This is Taryn.
package.
Taryn,
We talked about it, Taryn.
this is
talked-
we are working on getting calls back. We have technical restrictions right now that are preventing us from doing it. We're gonna get there.
We talked about it a lot
We did a lot more than we have
in the
ever.
last. Yeah,
We're working on it.
we are.
Calls are coming back. We just got to get some things ironed out. So back off, damn it. I love you, Taryn.
Lay off! I'm starving.
Come back in 5 to 7 days.
Not the 5 to 7 weeks. Send in 5 TADPOG proof of purchases to P.O. Box.
P.O. Box 3785 Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Care of Nicole Nance.
TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole, Nance.
And in 5 to 7 weeks, you'll get some voicemails. That's how the internet works.
We're about at 2 hours. We can just call it then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just wrap it.
Do you guys want to find out what we're playing next?
Yes.
I
That's a
do.
good call. Let me go in here.
Oh, it's so dusty.
Man. Ugh.
Oh, my God.
God, I thought we cleaned up in here. Shit.
Where'd you get
this.
Bo Jackson's soul weapon?
Man, that's a good idea.
Wait, is it
cleats in his
is
bat.
Is it a football helmet or a bat?
Yeah, the Jackson regalia. Yeah, maybe it's both.
Gives you 5 feet more land speed than anybody else you're with.
We're treading in territory that maybe we shouldn't, because I don't know how long that analog holds water.
You're right. All right. Hook this up real quick. Put it on the ground on my head while I'm crazy kid style, so I can spin around it and put my nona hole in a random direction. Say the prayer we all love to say. Whammies, whammies, whammies. Stop.
30.
Shit. That's the A's.
It is the A's.
A's is a new one.
Nope.
Damn. Arrow the Acrobat.
Animaniacs. A much better game.
Yeah.
Good game. Good game.
We got to do it again?
Yep. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
Unless you want to see if there are any like Animaniacs, like ROM hacks.
I don't.
No?
Nope.
Okay. All right. 429.
Ours?
Close. It's a P's.
This is a new one?
It's a new one.
Ooh. The P's.
The P's.
Rygar.
Prygar.
Oh, you said peas. I said R.
The People's Court.
I was asleep again.
Oh, I'd play that. I'd play the shit out. Yeah, just for that intro.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why is that not a visual novel style game?
They should have done the Wright, Alex Wright.
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright.
Yeah. Just should have
Only-
Judge Wapner as
Just
a
reskin
wonderful
it
character.
as People's Court.
Fuck yeah. It was Judge Wapner, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Populous 2.
It's Pinocchio.
Oh.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't put the right spice on it. Pinocchio.
Why you tell the lies?
All right.
Your nose, it grows because you lie.
Man, I hope it's just
You'll
a
never
lying
be a real
simulator.
boy.
That doesn't sound too bad.
We'll see.
I bet it's bad, but it doesn't sound too bad.
Sounds better than Super
After
Play
this,
Action Football.
Yep.
Sounds better than Izzy's Quest, but that's going to be the real.
That's the bar.
Yeah. Is it going to be?
It's kind of the bar. It's there. I mean,
It's close. Arrow the I hated Arrow the Acrobat, but mainly because I felt like I was lied to because I had eaten so much of that marketing and never played the game.
It's even got a sequel. It must be good.
Yeah, we haven't played Bubsy either,
No, you're correct. Or Super Out for Chicken.
or Super Out for Chicken. Yeah,
I want to play Super Alpha Chicken,
Yeah.
but
We'll
we
get
have to
there.
let it happen naturally.
Yeah.
You can't. That's one. We've still got the red button option, but I don't ever. I want Super Alpha Chicken to be off the table as a
when it pops,
alternate.
it's gonna be it's gonna be wild. We're gonna lose our minds, y'all.
I know.
We're gonna lose our minds.
I'm going to be able to tell what it is before you tell us what it is.
You're right.
Because you're going to freak out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait. For
I
it to
can't
pop.
wait. It's going to be an exciting time.
Let's see. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, not SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Audible, all over the place. Just Google TADPOG. All of it, TADPOG. Otherwise, you will not find us. You'll find anything else but us. It has to be TADPOG. But let's see. Hey, you want to send us something? Something for Community Corner, or I've got our postcards finally posted on the walls in here, and
Looking good.
Any little letters or anything we've ever been sent, it's all up, posted.
I love this room.
Anything you
Yeah.
want to send us, TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole, Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
And your proofs of purchase.
Yeah.
Cereal box tops.
Yep.
Don't send us cereal box. Well, fucking
I
send us cereal box tops if you
I'll
want. I don't
turn
care.
it into Henry's school.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to say, don't call though. Let's work on not adding more calls to that bunch until we figure out a new.
We have
a new
471, I think,
Yeah.
is the number that we have.
And
to
I
get.
think the new super secret call screening service is possibly going to be me.
I mean, once we figure out the technical how we're going to do it,
we need to keep the comfort level intact in this room,
Right.
and to do that, it's going to involve not having our headsets and our other gear in here. That's going to clutter everything right back up. So
we're working on that.
we're getting
but
there.
I'm even down to like not screen them and just play them.
Let's play.
And just see what happens. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, because I mean,
We do this a week ahead. If we have to edit something, we'll edit it. But I'll edit it.
yeah, that's a good point. However we do it should probably be your call, because it's if you're editing it, then I think the editor should make the decision on how we do it.
I don't know that I'm going to have the kind of time I need to have to screen everything. And frankly, I do like the sort of unknown and improvisational nature of just playing them as we get them.
Okay.
Even if, we can make fun of the ones that are really bad or just hang-ups or whatever, kind of thing. So
It's-
let's just roll with what we've got.
Cool.
We'll try to overcome the technical thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as Tyler said, it's going to be a while before we get to your call. If you want to hold off on calling for now, we're not going to be offended because we won't know.
We might even get a new number to try and make it more centralized or something.
I don't think we'll get a new number.
We're going to move the number. We're going to port the number over to a different account.
Oh, okay.
So the three of us will have access to it.
Okay.
Because right now I think it's attached to one of
yeah,
your
Lock
accounts.
I
into your
set it up.
phone,
I set it up. Well, not my phone. My
your
Google
good email.
account because the
That's
email
what
that
you
I
did,
actually
yeah.
use.
Yeah.
Because we set it up year one, and it was like, I mean,
It's not going to ever amount to anything. No, we'll do that. We'll move it to the TADPOG account and we'll get there. But just hold off on calling for now. We'll let you know. We're going to try this. We're going to try to get over this hump. Once we do, we'll try to make calls a more regular feature and get caught up.
yeah.
Because we do want to hear what you have to say. But if
Just please be patient.
you want to say something, you can do that
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
at the Discord.
There we go.
bit.ly/TADPOD Discord.
We got shirts.
Listen, right now, at this very moment, I was told not to say this, but I'm going to say it. Rob is standing at the door with a baseball bat, and he's pounding it in his hands, and he's saying, sell shirts.
Do it.
We're under a lot of pressure right now, guys. He's going to hurt us. We need you to
He
buy
stole
shirts.
Bo Jackson's bat.
He stole Bo Jackson's bat.
Have you
He's
seen him?
gonna
He's
hit us with it.
7'6". Did you not? Did you know Octopus is he's the minute bowl of YouTube.
He's Shaq Skeleton.
He is kissed by a rose, kiss from a rose, and Shaq Skeleton. But seriously, though, we are really close to the promotion being over.
Yeah.
If we don't hit the number that we need to hit, the shirts aren't getting printed. We're not going to have any. So if you'd like to buy a shirt, now is the time. Go to bossbattles.gg/TADPOG and order you a shirt. They're not terribly expensive from what I understand. They're very high quality shirts. The picture on the front is really neat.
Yeah.
We really dig these things, and
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to get them. But and also, if you are a TADPOG donor and you want to save 10%, you can go to patreon.com/TADPOG or pisstasters.com and get a 10% off code you can just use right then and there to save you a little bit of money on the shirts. Buy a shirt.
Buy a shirt.
Please. And then also, now that the Scott Pilgrim game is done, or at least the first arc of it is done, I know a lot of people held off until it was done so they could just binge the whole thing. So now that it's out and everybody listens to it, I would like to set up a Google Doc. People could ask questions and eventually do a wrap-up episode. Maybe put a lot of time in so people can catch up on the 27 episodes.
Let me, if you don't mind, because this is the first time hearing this, if you don't mind, let me set up a channel for it in the Discord,
Okay.
unless you don't feel like that's going to be accessible enough.
No, I think that'd be perfect.
Just because, well,
No, I like that. I like
you
that.
like that.
I
My
do.
only concern is you may have to. There might actually be, if you're looking for conversation as well, because that might happen there.
Oh, sure.
If you're looking for just questions, then it might be kind of a tough deal to kind of. But yeah, all I'm saying is, if you want that set up,
No, that's fine.
we can do that.
No, I was just kind of spitballing because I remember we talked about it briefly at the last episode. So, yeah, but that sounds good too.
Cool.
Whatever's easiest.
Okay. I just want to get people on the Discord server.
I really
Yeah,
do too.
yeah.
Again, that's bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. Come join the conversation. We're all one of the three of us, if not all three of us, are in there almost all the time, and we love hearing about the show. We've got all these different channels to talk about different fun things like film and TV and
Right.
anime and food and the things that you're into and you want to self-promote. We've got a channel for you to self-promote
Right.
stuff that you like to do if you have a podcast of your own, or if we have no problem with you
If it's
coming
better
in.
than ours, don't post it.
Unless it's better than ours, then don't bother. But
I mean, let's be real.
if you do have something that you'd like to share with the
Phil will let
community,
you know. He'll say this is too good. Delete
Yeah,
it."
Phil's our judge.
but we have a nice group of people that post the cool things that they do. So come share that with us. We just want to get to know you a little better. We want to hear from you, and that's just.
Yeah.
It's a great place. It's free.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's free.
Oh, that felt good.
Come on in. There's a not safe for work channel
There
in
is.
there.
Which doesn't have a lot of sexy stuff in it, but
But occasionally it does. I like to post sexy things in there. The few times that I do, I tend to keep mine in the sexier nature.
Yeah.
More anime kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of good stuff in there. So come see us. bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. And I think I mentioned something about this little thing we have called Patreon
Patreon.
earlier. You can donate at Patreon. We could use the money. We use it to keep the show going, to keep our families fed, and it's really appreciated. We have so many nice, wonderful, generous people. Thank you to everyone that donates to the show.
yes.
We do have a list of fine folks that we refer to as our executive producers, and they donate $20 or more per month to the show. And we would be remiss if we didn't just mention their names every single week. So I'm going to do that again.
It's amazing. It really is.
It really is. It's a lot of money, and we're really grateful. So I'm going to do that list again, starting with Usurper Grimm, Cousin David Galino, Plinko Nick Price, Cubicle Monkey, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Joseph Phillips, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, Flavor Trick, Taryn Dahl, congratulations on your marriage, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Platinum member Brett Miller, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, first time caller, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Dig Dougie, and Derek Pope Sandwich. Thank you guys.
Yeah, you guys fucking rock. For real.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and we're really grateful to you. And we are grateful to all of our donors. Even if you're not on the executive producers list, that doesn't mean that we do not appreciate your donation. If you'd like to be a donor or increase your donation or anything like that, go to patreon.com/tadpog or pisstasters.com. We've got a little bonus content there. We've been talking, Tyler and I, a little bit today about maybe some possible more bonus content to get put up on there for the
Work
future.
that out. Yep.
And stuff like that. So again, thanks for that. And then last but not least, I'm going to extend my personal thanks on behalf of the show once again to Backlog Banisher Dane for selflessly taking his time to put the show on YouTube every single week. Thank you, Dane.
Yeah, thanks.
We're very grateful for you to do that. And tell your friends about it. Come see it. Come hear us talk about games and stuff.
If you shave Tadpog into the back of your head, I'll send you a copy of Super Play Action Football.
Yeah.
You have to keep it that way, like
If you leak out, you just send it back.
for a year.
A year. Yeah.
I still want somebody get a Tadpog tattoo. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I've kind of come around on
I'll
that.
buy you a complete in-box copy of Super Play Action Football.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
$20 value for what will be an $80 tattoo, I'm sure.
At least.
You could do a $20 option.
You can do a prison, get a prison TADPOG tattoo.
I mean, I know people have like show up on like free tattoo day, essentially, you know, wait in line for a free tattoo. And I mean, they might put the word TADPOG on your arm that way.
There's a tattoo parlor here in town that does a $13 tattoo every Friday the 13th.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, it's flash.
We should all go.
Yeah, they give you like, it's flash. It's not like custom stuff, but
Right.
you can get a cool $13 tattoo.
Okay.
Maybe we should do that. I mean, I already have a tattoo.
I don't have one, so this would be like a great first one,
It
right?
would be a great first
Yeah.
one. Especially
Get like a Kermit the Frog.
giving the peace sign, sitting on a pot leaf.
Hugging one of the Grateful Dead bears.
Yes.
What is it? Pete Davidson has a bit where he's so embarrassed getting a lot of his tattoos removed, and like, so the remover guy has to ask, like, are we keeping this one or losing this one? Are we losing the Stewie with bloodshot eyes, smoking pot, Mr. Davidson? Yeah, we're gonna lose that one.
Oh, speaking of Pete Davidson, there's a new movie of his out on some streaming platform. I can't remember what it is now. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Is
Dang,
the
he's
name
got a
of the
new one
movie.
already, huh?
It's a good movie. Cool. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Well, our theme song is Move. It's by Sycamore Drive. Look at that track. You can find the show notes at tadpog.com. How you fellas want to close it out? Like the referee in Play Action Football?
Sure.
So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn.
Tropical Capricorn.
Arm side, arm down.
I didn't know where this would really fit into the show, but I found one of my favorite things about going to Walmart is I will occasionally find someone else's shopping list, and I always read it. Like if I find a shopping list, I'll read it just out of
How often
morbid
does this
curiosity. It's happened a few times.
happen? Yeah. Do you think people might just discard it? They're like,
Yeah, like
I
they-
got all my shit.
usually they
I'm
leave
done."
it-
Just like,
they'll leave
put it
it-
on a shelf or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's in the cart or something. Like I'll get the
Yeah,
cart
okay.
and
Unload
say
your
there's
grocery,
a
put the cart back. It's
piece
stuck
of
in there.
paper in here, and I'll open it, and 9 times out of 10, it's a grocery list. I found one over the weekend that I thought was interesting, and I'd like to read it to you.
Yeah, okay.
It's
I want to
very-
know.
Very bad handwriting.
Okay.
And I'll try to remember to post a picture of this list on the Discord,
Please.
but not until next week, obviously. All right, Pop-Tarts,
Okay. What kind?
brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, okay. They wrote it on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
BNSUG Sin, CINN.
So you did some like Batman detective like work on there.
Well,
I
I'm gonna
like
show.
it.
I'll show you the
Okay.
picture so you can see
Okay.
it. I'll put it in our Discord so you can see it.
It just seems like one of those things where it's like if I were making a list and wrote Pop-Tarts, I would just know what kind that I like.
Well, I think this list was made for someone else that
Okay.
was doing the shopping, and
Gotcha.
you'll know why
Okay.
soon.
All right.
The next item on the list is Cheez-Id ID, white cheddar, Cheez-Ids.
Off brand?
Maybe. Good point.
Probably not.
Trash bags,
Okay.
aluminum foil, wax paper. Then there's something here I don't know. I can't read it. Then dog treats. Then something that looks like heaters.
Heaters?
I don't know. I hope people can translate this.
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to see it.
Q-tips.
Okay.
Well, this is a very moderate, normal list.
Sure.
The last item on the list. Blowjob for Ethan. Your man.
Yeah.
In parentheses.
No, not just anybody named Ethan.
And then
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, asterisk.
your man. And if that weren't enough, below that is a Star of David plus a swastika
What?
equals heart.
I want to know about this relationship. What
There
the
it is.
fuck? I want to wait. So
I'll put this in the Discord.
yeah. I want to see that. I want to. That does look like heaters.
It does look like heaters, and then this, I don't know what that says. Wasps,
Potted
watches,
plants.
eat. There you go, Tyler. Can you see the bottom?
Yeah, Jews and Nazis equal love.
So like, is this like is this a Jewish person dating a Nazi or
Maybe.
which is
I
Ethan?
don't know. They're
Is Ethan a Jewish name? It's not, is it? He's probably the Nazi.
yeah, it is. I think it is a Jewish
Unless
name.
it's Ethan
Is it?
Goldberg. I don't know.
But
I don't know.
to be fair, Ethan, who I'm assuming is the one that wrote this list,
Right.
is better at drawing a Star of David than he is at drawing a swastika.
That's a good thing, right?
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, he's got that going for him.
Good on you there, Ethan. So anyway, anyway, I'll put this list up in the Discord, our Discord now, and then
Meow?
right now,
meow.
and then by the time this airs, hopefully you guys will see it and tell me what that couple of things there in the middle.
Yeah,
says.
we need to get some analysis on this document.
And Ethan, if you're a listener, stop drawing swastikas on things.
Is that a swastika?
It is definitely.
It's a
it's badly drawn
it's-
swastika, but it is
Could
a
be
swastika.
the Indian symbol that the swastika was before.
Yeah.
Nope, it's
Hitler
just a
ruined
badly
that for
drawn
everybody.
swastika. I'm
Or do
gonna-
you mean the
Or maybe it's the level 4 from the original Zelda that looks like a swastika.
Yeah. That's where I was going.
So the Star of David plus level 4 of Zelda equals love.
Jews do love Zelda.
You've always said that, and I agree.
I mean, I defy you to prove me wrong.